So one of the last things we're going to do with solving equations is we're going to look at word problems. So follow along with me when you can, because what I'm going to do is just show you the steps of how to properly answer a word problem, including using your let statements, determining what your equation is going to be, and then solving your equation, and then doing a therefore statement. So let's look at this first question. Combined, Jackie, Frank, and Elsie's ages total 25 years. Frank is 5 years older than Jackie, and Elsie's age is 3 times Jackie's age. Determine the age of each person. So I'm sure that you went, oh my goodness, what the heck am I supposed to do with that? So the first thing you want to do is we're going to go back and we're going to unpack this question. And we're going to focus on the second line where it's talking about Frank being older than Jackie and Elsie also being older than Jackie. Because what we're going to highlight is the fact that both Frank and Elsie's ages are given to us as some kind of a function of Jackie's age. So we're going to focus on Jackie's age, actually, with our let statement. So the first thing we do is we need to determine a variable, and we're going to use J. So we're going to let J represent Jackie's age. Now we're going to go back and look at the first sentence that says combined, Jackie, Frank, and Elsie's ages total 25 years. So we know that when I get Frank's age and I add it to Jackie's age and I add it to Elsie's age, it's going to equal 25. So now to get Frank's age, we're going to go back to the second sentence. And it told us that Frank is 5 years older than Jackie. So we know that Frank's age is going to be represented by J plus 5. So then we know, so we're going to add Frank, Elsie, and Jackie. So let's look at Elsie's age next. So it says that Elsie's age is 3 times Jackie's age. So that means that Elsie's age is going to be represented by 3 times J. And we know that Jackie's age is just J. And remember, the first part of this question said that combined, when I add them all together, the ages all total 25 years. So that means that when I have Frank, which is J plus 5, plus Elsie, which is 3 times J, plus J, it's all going to equal 25. Well, now I have an equation that I can collect like terms and solve for J. So first thing I'm going to do is look for the like terms, and that's all the J's. I'll add those together. And of course, the plus 5 is not a like term, so I end up with 5J plus 5 equals 25. So now I have to subtract 5 from both sides, and that will get J by itself. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 5, because I have 5 J's is 20. So that means 5 times something is 20. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5 to figure out what that something is. And so I get that J is equal to 4. So now I can say and go back and figure out what all these different ages are. So we know that Frank was J plus 5, so that's going to be 4 plus 5, which is 9 years old. And we know that Elsie was 3 times J, so we're going to let Elsie be 3 times 4, which is 12 years old. So now we can write our therefore statement. So we say, therefore, Frank is 9, Jackie is 4, and Elsie is 12 years old. So let's look at the next question. It says, Jerry earned $20 more cutting lawns on Tuesday than on Monday. She earned a total of $140 on these 2 days. How much did she earn on Monday? So again, go back, unpack what this is telling you. So we know that she earned $20 more on Tuesday, but we don't know how much she earned on Monday. And so since we've been given a clue about Tuesday based on Monday, we're going to use Monday as our variable. So our let statement is going to be, let M represent the amount of money Jerry earned on Monday. I'm also going to give you a hint that when you look at what the question is asking you to answer, that really helps you to specify what your variable means in your let statement. And be specific. Don't just let M represent Monday or something like that. You have to be very specific, and what the question is asking you to do will often help you figure out what your variables need to be. So this is asking us, how much did she earn on Monday? So that's a pretty good clue that our variable or our let statement is going to have to include how much money she earned on Monday. That will also help you to answer your question with your therefore statement by using the clues in the question to help you draft a very specific let statement. So now to the next part of the question, where it says that she earned a total of $140 on these 2 days. So we know that we're going to have Monday plus Tuesday equals $140. So we know that the amount that she made on Tuesday was the amount she made on Monday plus 20. So when I add the two of them together, it's going to be M for Monday plus M plus 20 for Tuesday, all equals $140. So now we can collect our like terms and solve our equation. So now I'm going to collect my like terms. I just have to add my m's together. Now I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. And the last step, of course, is to do the opposite of 2 times m, which is 2m divided by 2. And of course, I have to do the same thing to both sides. So I'll divide 120 by 2 as well. And I got m is equal to 60. So now I can do my therefore statement. So now I go back and check the question. The question only asked me how much did she earn on Monday. So therefore, Jerry earned $60 on Monday. Full stop. I put up above what she earned on Tuesday as well, just so that we can go back and check to make sure that we did it right. So we know that 80 plus 60 does actually equal 140. So yay, our math works. But when I go to answer the question in the therefore statement, I only have to answer what the question asked me to answer. So please make sure that you go back and check what the question asked you to answer, right? So go back up to the question and check to see what you need to put in your therefore statement. So next question. The length of a rectangle is twice that of the width. The perimeter of the rectangle is 24 centimeters. What is the width of the rectangle? Pretty sure that I've given you a question like this before. And so remember, let's go back and look at, so I've got the length of the rectangle is given to me as a function of the width. So when I'm given it, tells me that I have to figure out the width, the length based on the width. So the width is going to be my variable. And it also helps here when it says what is the width of the rectangle, that gives me a pretty good clue that my variable is going to represent the width of the rectangle. So this time in my let statement, I specified both what the length and the width will be, because we have the space in that little box. So let W represent the width of the rectangle, and based on the clues that we were given, we can say let 2W represent the length of the rectangle. So now we're going to remind you what the perimeter formula is. So remember that the perimeter is walking around the outside of a shape. So when I walk around the outside of a rectangle, I have 2 widths and 2 lengths. So perimeter is equal to 2 times the sum of width plus length, which is this formula here. Or I can distribute that 2 through the bracket and get perimeter is equal to 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. Those are identical equations. But remember, in the question, we were also told that the perimeter is 24 centimeters. So we need to use that information. So now the last thing we have to do is combine, right? We know that L is equal to 2W and P is equal to 24. So we have to put all of that into the equation. So this is what our equation is going to look like. We know that perimeter is equal to 24, and so that's here. And then in this equation, we've got 2 widths. Well, width is represented by W. And then we need 2 lengths. And remember that length is actually represented by 2 times the width. So now we have an equation here that only has one variable in it, which is absolutely required for us to solve for that variable. So now our next step is to solve and find out what W is. So we're going to collect our like terms. So now I have to distribute the 2 through the bracket of 2W. So I've got to go 2 times 2. and now I have 2W plus 4W. Those are like terms, so I can add those together. And my last step, of course, I've got 2 times W, so I have to do the opposite operation, which is divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And so I get that width is equal to 4. So now I can do my therefore statement, because I'm going to go back and check my question. Pretty sure they only asked me for the width. Yep, the question asked what is the width of the rectangle, so we can now write that down. Please, at this stage, go back to the question and check your units. So therefore, the width of the rectangle is 4 centimeters long. This is the only place where I expect you to be using your units as in your therefore statement. Don't put them in the equation because it confuses things to have too many letters in there. However, you must have the units in your therefore statement at the end of your question. So Marcus, Sally, and Sammy decided to share 20 sweets. Marcus took 8 sweets and Sally took 3 times as many as Sammy. How many sweets did Sammy receive? Okay, so let's unpack this. So we know that Marcus just took 8. So we don't have to assign a variable to Marcus. So then we keep going and say, it says that Sally took 3 times as many as Sammy. So we're going to put, our variable is Sammy. So my let statement, let the number of sweets Sammy receives be represented by S, and let the number of sweets that Sally receives be represented by 3S, because Sally took 3 times as many as Sammy. So now remember that when they add all of them up, so Marcus and Sally and Sammy, when we add them all up, it equals 20. And we know that Marcus took 8, so that's all we have to write down for him. So 8 is Marcus, because we're going to do it in order of the question here. So we've got Marcus, Sally. Sally took 3 times as many as Sammy. And Sammy, so we're going to add them all together. So 8 plus 3S plus S is equal to 20. And now we can solve our equation. So first I'm going to collect my like terms. Now to get 4S by itself, I have to subtract 8 from both sides. So 4S is going to equal 12. So I have to divide both sides by 4 to get S by itself. So S is equal to 3. So we go back to our let statement and we know that S represents the number of sweets that Sammy received. And we're going back to our question to find out what it has asked us to answer for our therefore statement. So the question's asking how many sweets did Sammy receive? And that's what we just figured out. So that will be our therefore statement. So therefore, Sammy receives 3 sweets. Okay, so next example. Andy is 2 times younger than his sister, and his father is 25 years older than him. If the total of their ages is 53 years, what is Andy's age and his father's age? So this is a tough one. So we've got Andy and his sister and his father. Remember that Andy's age has been given to us as a function of his sister's age. So even though the question's asking us what is Andy's age and his father's age, and it asks nothing about his sister is the key to our let statement. So we're going to have to give a variable to the sister's age and use that to figure out what we're going to use to represent Andy's age and his father's age. So the first part of our let statement is we're going to let S represent the sister's age. So now this one's a bit tricky because we have to look at this and say Andy is 2 times younger. So if he is 2 times younger, that's the same way of saying that he is half her age. So we're going to let S divided by 2 represent Andy's age. Now we have to look at what we're going to do for his dad. And it says that his father is 25 years older than Andy. So we're going to do a let statement for his dad. So now we have a let statement for each one. We've got the sister, we have Andy, and we have their dad. And then if we go back to the question, it says that the total of their ages is 53 years. So we can use that to that when we add all these things together, the sum will be 53. So I've kept the colors that I used in the let statements to represent that section of the equation to try to keep this one straight. So we have s plus s divided by 2 plus s divided by 2 plus 25 is equal to 53. That's the total of their ages is 53. And now we can solve this equation by collecting our like terms and isolating s. So the first thing I'm going to do is collect like terms. And now we have to think about adding fractions. So happily, my fractions both have a common denominator, so I don't have to do anything except for add the tops. So now I have 2s divided by 2, and I hope that you can recognize that anytime I have a number over itself, it's the same as having one of them. So if we want to look at this up here, if I have half of an s and I add half of an s, think about it like having two sides of a pizza. If I have this side and this side, and they're both divided by 2, well, when I add two halves together, I get 1. So it's like saying if I have half an s on one side and half an s on the other, when I add the two together, I have 1 s. So now I just have two s's that I can add together, and I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides to get those by themselves. So now I have to divide both sides by 2 to figure out how old the sister is. And so we know that the sister is 14 years old. So we're going to use that. So remember, we were not asked for the sister's age. We were asked for Andy and his dad's age. So we're going to go and use what we solved for s to determine Andy and his dad. So remember, they said that Andy was half as old as his sister, and so, or 2 times younger than his sister. So we've got her age divided by 2. So Andy is actually 7. And then his dad, remember, is 25 years older than Andy. So we know that his father is actually 32. So now we can write our therefore statement for Andy and his dad's age. So therefore, Andy is 7 and his father is 32 years old. So this is our last example. And so because it's the last one, and I don't know if you've been doing this and trying this as you go, but what I would like you to do is pause the video and try to do your let statement by yourself and try to do your equation by yourself and then try to solve it by yourself. So I'm going to finish this question, but I'm asking you to please pause the video and try it on your own, and then check to see if you did the same thing as I have. So that is our lesson on how to use equations in word problems. And I will also post a worksheet so that you can do some practice with this.